How's it going, everyone? It's Abdallah here, bringing you guys an update video for Animal Crossing New Horizons on Nintendo Switch. Nintendo just revealed a small, less than 2-minute trailer about the April update. And on this video, I'm going to show you guys everything that you may have missed. There's a lot of cool things to look forward to on April 23rd with the free update. So, without further ado, let's jump on into it. But before we do, make sure you guys are all subscribed, right? For the best Animal Crossing content, go for it. All right. Let's do this. I'm so pumped up. There's like 3 characters that I'm so excited for. Anyway, if you guys found this video helpful, be sure to share it and smash that like button. Okay, so I'm going to play this trailer in super slow speed so that you guys can absolutely get the gist of it all. Just absorb it, absorb it. It's coming, and it's coming soon. Okay, the first update is going to be Leif's Garden Shop. Leif, who is this character? For those of you guys unacquainted and haven't played the more recent Animal Crossing games, this is Leif. He runs a garden center in the previous Animal Crossing game, and you can purchase plants, you can buy fertilizer from him, you can buy watering tools like the can, the axe. What's kind of cool about him is that in the previous installment, he offers a weeding day that you can have him come over to your town and say, hey, you know what, I'm like ready. I'm ready to pick some weeds. And of course, at the time of recording, it's actually 4:21, so that doesn't really count. But anyway, the timing's off. So he did Weeding Day, which was interesting. You can go around your town picking up weeds, and then showing him that you did that, you'll get rewarded with furniture. And he also offers a weeding service in the previous installment. So we're going to take a look and see what he does during this time. It shows that he has a garden shop. That doesn't necessarily say that he's got the services, but what's interesting about this, and it's been ironically missing in the very beginning of the game, is bushes. Hey, a lot of people have been waiting for bushes because bushes are, it's a blocking mechanism. You can block stuff with it, which is kind of cool. You can't really walk through it. And it's going to just, you know, it's a finishing touch on a person's exterior. So you can see over here that there's 4 different colors of bushes, and you'll also notice that on screen we do have the 4 different flower bags. Now my theory about this is that since everyone's town has different native flowers, I think that he's going to show up and he's going to allow people to have some non-native flowers. I know that I didn't start my game with roses and I had to go out to other people's town in order to get roses, so maybe this might be the rectification for that. Who knows? So, pretty fun character. You can buy bushes. Excited about that. Will he have other services like weeding? I don't know. Here's hoping. But I don't know. Again. So you can plant a bush simply by clicking on plant like any flower would, and done. You're over there. And you can probably transplant them by digging them out. All right, next is my favorite. This is my favorite thing. This is Crazy Red's Treasure Trawler. Now, before we actually go inside here, we do have to take a look at where this is located. This is located in your secret beach in the northernmost section of your specific island. If you didn't know one existed, I don't blame you. There's usually some mountains in the way and you have to tilt the camera in a certain way to see this little alcove. So, do yourself a favor right now, start terraforming the area so you can have an easier way of getting over there, possibly without a ladder. Or maybe make it so that you can, I don't know, have a little beach and a lawn chair and some candles and a welcome sign so that you can get this guy over here. So do some terraforming, you'll thank me later. All right, so this is interesting. Jolly Red, I was about to call him Crazy Red. That's what he goes by in the previous games. So Crazy Red, you'll also see his little flag over here. It's like a little knockoff leaf, because he likes to knock off Tom Nook, and Tom Nook's little icon is a leaf, and he has his own little leaf there. So that's kind of interesting. Jolly Red's Treasure Trawler. Now, he is no longer crazy, but he is indeed jolly. Let's see exactly what's inside here, and I'll get you guys caught up to speed for those of you guys that are unacquainted. So we'll notice over here that this is his darkly lit, of course, it has to be, his darkly lit area, and it's going to show up on your shores. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to show up randomly like Gulliver does, or if it's going to be set on a specific day of the week. It's been like that historically throughout the Animal Crossing series. It's either random or it's once every week. So I'm really hoping it's once every week. That would make collecting these things way easier for those of us that play on custom. But anyway, you can notice over here that Crazy Red sells different items. He sells furniture now, which is completely new, and he also sells sculptures and paintings. The thing about Crazy Red historically is that he's been the one to sell you fakes. So you can take a look at all these items over here and you can say, all right, this is what, 15,000 bells? Okay, I'll donate it to the museum. But then when you pick it up and you buy it from him and you go to Blathers to donate it, Blathers might say, hey, heads up, this is a fake. I don't know where you got this from, but I'm not accepting it. So that's the beauty about that. And right over here, according to the Animal Crossing wiki, it's a great site that allows you some nice visual examples of these things. So what we can see over here is different ones. So we'll notice that, you know, the real one, the famous painting, the Mona Lisa, for example, you can see her hands are pointing this way. And then in the fake, her hands are pointing down. So that's very interesting. Some of them don't even have fake and they're always authentic. And some of them are indeed fake. You can see the correct one is facing towards the left. The incorrect one, or the non-genuine one, is facing towards the right. And we can see other little subtle hints here. So I like this. I like this a lot. We'll also see fingers pointing in the scary painting, and then his hands is completely open. So there's very, very little subtle things. And same thing with the sculptures too. We'll also see, like, this thing is over here, the ancient statue. And the forged statue has halfway opened eyes, whereas the genuine has closed eyes. And that's super, super small to take a look at. And that was actually inside here. So, oh, I don't know. Is that it? That could be it. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. You'll also see some different things over here, like hands pointing up and down. The motherly statue having more babies than normal, different hairstyles. This is actually here, the robust statue. The forged statue is throwing a UFO, where the genuine statue is throwing a discus. Okay, that's really interesting. So anyway, that's what that's all about. So you guys can see that there. So I'm very excited for this. Now, this also begs the question of what's the deal with the furniture he's selling? I don't honestly know. I don't know what's up with the furniture. If you take a look over here, he's got some sort of clock that kind of almost says Nooks on it. I don't know, but he sells a clock and he also sells a desk. So it looks like there's at least 2 real estate spaces for him to sell furniture. Is this going to be an exclusive furniture set, or is he going to sell knockoff stuff? And it's just cool to have the knockoff stuff. At least I think so. So anyway, the thing about Animal Crossing and Crazy Red in the past is if you played the previous games, you really have to strain your eyes in order to find out the little intricacies. But that has been rectified in Animal Crossing New Horizons, where you can actually press a button and examine it. You can zoom in and you can pan around a little bit with your controller in order to see whether or not it's a fake or if it's a real one. Now that is awesome. I'm super excited for it. Yes, it's cool to have the real ones because you can put them in the museum and you can display them, and we'll go into the new museum. But it's also cool because in the previous Animal Crossing games, if you were able to collect a real painting, you can catalog it, and then you can go over to Nook Stop and purchase them and spread the wealth to people who's missing the famous painting or the mystic statue or the solemn painting, the serene painting. You can reorder those and then give them to all your friends. So that's amazing. So I love that. It's a lot easier to get all these, but getting the first one is going to be the hardest. Yeah, so anyway, very, very excited about that. Zooming in, I love the fact that there is possibly exclusive furniture. I think that I cannot wait for this. This looks really, really interesting. All right, let's move on. So yeah, that's it, dude. I'm so pumped up for that. We need a team. I'm telling you, we're gonna call the Animal Crossing Avengers. Are you interested in joining? We're gonna go. I'm gonna stream this on day 1, and we're gonna get all the Animal Crossing Crazy Red items. It's gonna be so much fun. So anyway, this is going to be the museum expansion. No information on if you need to give them like 100 iron ore and gold nuggets or branches or anything like that. But this is the expanded museum, and you can see over here that there are tons of different paintings and painting spots within the game. This is what I was missing from day 1, and it's actually here. And I think it's very smart for them to slowly trickle out this update. Very smart. Because if we were inundated with collecting fossils and fish and critters all at the beginning of the game, that's way too much. And now they're like, hey, you know what? After the game's been out a month, here you go. We'll give you this. So we can see different things that were around, such as like Starry Night, the Pointillism painting, the Thinker over here, the discus throwing one, definitely not the UFO throwing, and some other really cool ones. So statues and paintings inside the museum update, very awesome. Okay, next up over here is going to be the upcoming events April through June. So this is a big update to last a couple months. The first thing is going to be Nature Day from kind of like the mid-April to the beginning of May. We can see over here that there's going to be different Nook Miles Plus rewards. So if you go over here and you plant 3 bushes, for example, you're going to get 5 times the Nook miles. So make sure that you guys pay attention to that. And of course, yes, it's Nature Day, but of course it lasts more than a week. So you'll see that about all of these events here. So you don't have to worry about it. There's nothing exclusive with that as far as I know right now. Maybe there's a shirt or something. Anyway, this is interesting. So you know my favorite characters in the game, Wilbur and Orville, Dodo birds. I love these guys. They're my best favorite characters. They now offer flights to Mayday tickets. This is interesting. So it doesn't say how you're going to get a Mayday ticket, whether it be purchasing with Nook Miles tickets, whether it be once a day kind of thing that you talk to him. I don't know how you get them, but once you do get them, you can use them just like Nook Miles, and you're going to go to a specific island, or maybe an island that is going to be one of many Mayday Tour islands. Now, you'll notice this, and pay close attention to the top right side of the screen. There is a specific character that has been precariously missing in Animal Crossing. And yes, ladies and gents, that is Rover here. We know his shirt, we know his little pattern. That's Rover. And for those of you guys who don't know Rover, Rover has been the guy to always introduce you in the beginning of Animal Crossing games. Outside that one time when Cap'n was introducing you, but no, we don't think about that. So Rover's the little cat that welcomes you. Hey, you know, I saw you on the train. You know, do you have enough bells to go to this brand new island? And he asks you all these questions that formulate what your face looked like in the previous Animal Crossing games. And ironically enough, he's been missing in this series. So now that he's here, what exactly is up with this? Well, we're going to have about a week to figure out what's going on with him on these Mayday Tour islands. I'm excited to find out what's going on with it because I miss Rover. So if we take a look over here, there's going to be a lot of things on board, and we'll notice that there is some items precariously placed in a hedge maze. And you can see over here that there's holes that you got to dig out. There's different things that will allow you to kind of move your way through the maze. And my guess is that there's going to be a limited amount of tools in the island, and you're going to have to go through the maze and find out what exactly is the way through. You'll notice over here that there's branches, which is definitely one of the early crafting materials for, let's say, an axe or a fishing rod or something like that. So what I'm thinking is that you're going to have to go through this maze, and maybe you'll pick up a shovel. And by picking up the shovel, you'll be able to, you know, pick up a bush that's in the way. And then once you pick up the bush in the way, that maybe leads to some branches and some stones. And that leads to a crafting bench, and you're going to have to craft an axe. And then you can use the axe to break through this thing if there was a tree around. Like, I'm thinking that there's going to be a little hedge maze that will rely on your know-how and ingenuity of crafting in order to get to Rover on top, which can potentially be a Rover reward. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. So we'll see if that's any true on May 1st. I cannot wait for that. Anyway, one of the last things on board is going to be the International Museum Day, which lasts through the second half of May. And this is more along the lines of visiting the different exhibits in order to get stamps on a stamp card based off of what you've seen. So you can see that little stamp thing. You can see that, hey, this is the coast over here. And now I got a stamp for it. Now, back on this thing. I don't really know what exactly you're going to do this for. Maybe you're going to get an exclusive furniture set from Blathers. I mean, one of the things that's missing in the game is the collection items, as in like a display with like glass surrounding. So if you have like a trophy and you want to put it in a display case, in the previous Animal Crossing games, you know, you were able to get those items. So I'm thinking that maybe those items will be updated within this next one, because I would love to display my bug trophy or my, you know, my fish trophy or my golden lucky cat in the house. I think that would be awesome. Display it behind glass? Heck yeah. All right, and last but not least, we do have your favorite, your favorite thing, which is the wedding season over here on Harv's Island. Man, we got to drum up some traffic to Harv's Island somehow. Oh, I got an idea. Let's bring Reese and Cyrus, who have been precariously missing in Animal Crossing, and put them in here because it's their anniversary. So let's have people take pictures of them. I don't know, this is interesting if you like doing that kind of stuff. I don't honestly care too much about Harv's Island. I probably visited it once within the entire month of launch. And it's just a way to kind of set up things and like a little furniture, and you don't have to own the furniture. You can just use the furniture and take some cute pictures. Now, does this mean that these two characters are going to make an appearance inside Animal Crossing in the plaza and help you customize items? I wish. But I'm not going to get my hopes up for that. So anyway, guys, that's it. That's all the updates. That's everything I got. That's all the things that you may have missed in the game. And those of you guys that are brand new to Animal Crossing, I hope I was informative about what those characters did in previous games so that you guys can learn a little bit more about them. Anyway, thanks so much for being here. If I missed anything or if you saw something that I didn't talk about, please let me know in the comment section below. I'm super excited to talk about this. Let's keep the conversation going. And like I said earlier, if you guys want to join the Animal Crossing Avengers and we can figure out like all the fake paintings and real paintings, man, that'd be so cool. I'm going to stream it on launch day, so make sure that you guys are there and you can potentially help us out. It's going to be so much fun. And yeah, join me on May 1st when we do all the May Day stuff and finding Rover. There's a lot of cool things to look forward to, so I would love it if you guys would subscribe and turn on notifications. It's a great way to keep up with the latest and greatest Animal Crossing content. So join the Discord if you guys want to talk to even more Animal Crossing fans and trade some items. That's right over there, discord.gg/Abdallah. And yeah, consider becoming a member. We have the newest video on the channel there and our tips and tricks playlist. Enjoy, have a great rest of your day, and looking forward to reading all of your comments. Take care.